Now, video game technology isn't just for entertainment anymore. It's emerging as a powerful force in healthcare, from chronic disease management to surgeon training. But despite Israel's world class hospitals and game studios operating side by side, the country has yet to fully tap into that potential. One of the leading voices pushing for that shift is Sam Glassenberg, an American game industry veteran and founder of Relevate Health Games, and formerly Level X and head of emerging health tech initiatives at the Sheba Innovation Center, ARC. So, Sam, thank you very much for being with us today. You have extensive knowledge of both the US and the Israeli market. So, what exactly is the difference, and why do you think that Israel is falling behind?
I think that the Israeli market, first off, has grown incredibly in the last 20 years. I remember I gave a keynote at the Israeli Game Developer Conference like 20 years ago, and it was 100 people in a room, and the Israeli video games industry didn't exist. Today, the Israeli video games industry is the huge startup nation success story that no one's ever heard of. The global games industry is $200 billion in revenue a year. It's bigger than the music and the movie industries combined. Israel went from nothing to almost 10 billion of that revenue. 5% of global revenues come out of Israel. Israel is churning out video games and video game technology that's literally being played by billions of people. What's not happening is it's very siloed. So the Israeli video games industry is enjoying this incredible success. In the meantime, we have some very innovative hospitals in Israel, like Sheba, that are doing all sorts of interesting things to integrate and prototype and pilot new technologies at the hospital. But these two industries, the Israeli health tech sector, which has also been very successful, and the Israeli video game sector, are not talking to each other. And so I've been brought on to fix that.
Aha. So you design games to train healthcare professionals with FDA approval. So how big of an asset are these games when it comes to implementing them in real life?
Yep. So the applications of games in healthcare are many. I've built and sold a few companies that do video games for medical training. So millions of medical professionals now in the United States and elsewhere earn continuing education credit toward renewing their medical licenses from playing video games that train their brains. If you think about diagnosing a difficult patient, that's a puzzle game. Managing a complex patient is a strategy game. Surgery, obviously, can be very video gamey, a difficult procedure. But that's just one area. If you look, so today, the FDA has actually approved video games for treatment. There are video games that doctors can prescribe for things like ADHD, and then insurance companies pay for it like it's a drug. So there's major opportunities to build video game products and then sell them to doctors, pharmaceutical companies, patients, insurance companies, AI companies. There are endless opportunities to take video game tech and the neuroscience of video game design and unleash it to solve the endless set of problems in healthcare.
So you also design them for the patients themselves or just for healthcare professionals?
There are many companies that do, or growing companies that do games for patients. We've just started. We actually just launched a game for type 1 diabetes patients that has become incredibly successful very quickly.
And what do you think when we look to the future? Do you think this is the standard gaming for healthcare? Is this going to be what we're going to see in the future?
Definitely. When we think today, I fundamentally believe that video games are going to become a fundamental force accelerating the adoption curve in healthcare. What do I mean by that? Today, or let's say 20 years ago, a doctor needs to learn something new. She'll go, okay, I can watch a lecture, I can read a book, I can maybe attend a presentation, or if it's a procedure, I can practice it on an ant and on a pig or something like that. There's a limited set of ways to learn. Today, what we've accomplished is now video games have just become one of those accepted methods. So years ago, I would say, oh, we make video games for doctors, and people would raise an eyebrow. What does that mean? Today, we say we make video games for doctors, and people say, oh yeah, I've played a medical game, I played a dermatology game or a gastroenterology game. 10 years from now, that's just going to be accepted. You're going to say video games for doctors, and people are going to say, oh yeah, haven't we always had that? And it's just going to be part of the way that doctors are brought up to speed on the latest techniques, the way that diseases, especially mental health diseases, are treated, the way patients are onboarded with new treatments and new devices.
Very interesting. And I understand that your whole family are doctors. So you're really at the forefront of this innovative gaming initiative and the innovation over there. So thank you very much for joining us. Sam Glastonbury, founder of Relevate Health Games and head of emerging health tech initiative at Shiba Arc. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.